The world famous Peachtree Road Race, the largest 10K in the world, is in 9 weeks on July 4th, 2023. Now, I've run that race 4 times in the past. Last year, I couldn't run it because of an injury. This year, I'm mostly recovered from that injury and I want to run the Peachtree as fast as possible. What's my plan? How will I do it and how fast will I run? Let's talk about that. Hey everybody, welcome back to my favorite trail here near the Chattahoochee River. And I'm getting ready to do a run as I look to compete in the 2023 Peachtree Road Race, which is held every year here in Atlanta on July 4th. So this year it'll be on Tuesday, July 4th. Now, like I said, I've run this race 4 times in the past. My first time was 2018, where I ran, 53.5 minutes. I was stuck way back in the field and had to kind of pick my way through. I ended up running 53 minutes, so I was pretty happy with that. The next year, there we go, 2019, I ran 47 minutes or thereabouts. In 2020, it was a virtual race and I did 46 minutes, something like that. 2021 was back to live racing and I ran a 44:36, so just about 7 minutes and 10 seconds a mile. I was very happy with that race and was hoping to build on that in 2022. Well, last year I was injured. I had that hip adductor strain, which still bugs me a little bit. I'm mostly healed from it, but I think I'm ready to run the 2023 version. And once again, I want to do it as fast as possible. But the reality is, it's 2 years later. I'm 2 years older. I have a little extra weight on my body as a result of all that strength training I've been doing, and I'm coming back from that injury, so I want to be very mindful of the injury and make sure that I don't tweak that injury or cause myself to get injured again as I train for this year's Peachtree. So the question is, how am I going to do that? Well, my goal in running has changed over the last couple of years. Where a couple years ago I was almost focused exclusively on running only and running as fast as possible. Well, in the last year or so I've really changed my focus to be more aware of overall health and fitness, not just running fitness. So I've added a lot of strength training into my program as I've done multiple videos on that. As a result of that, I'm 15 pounds heavier than I was in 2021. So I'm about 175 pounds now. In 2021, I was 158 to 160 pounds, so a lot heavier. So I've got more weight to carry with me down the road. I'm also 2 years older, and like I said, I'm still want to make sure I don't retweak this injury that's been kind of bugging me for a year. I'm mostly healed, but I want to make sure that I don't retweak that. So my plan is, instead of focusing just purely on running as fast as possible, I've switched to more of a zone 2 based running strategy. So my plan is here over the next 9 weeks. As I film this, we are 9 weeks away from July 4th. I'm filming this on Tuesday, May 2nd, so 9 weeks away from the Peachtree. That should give me enough time to build back up my fitness using a zone 2 based training program, but also introduce some intervals and threshold and a little bit harder efforts within that zone 2 program to hopefully get me to the starting line on July 4th and being able to run maybe not quite as fast as I did 2 years ago, but somewhere under 50 minutes. So I'm hoping to be able to run somewhere between 7:30 and 8 minutes a mile. If I can run faster than that, that would be fantastic, but anything between 7:30 and 8 minutes a mile I would be happy with at this point. So I will post updates here over the next every week or two between now and race day. But essentially my plan is to run 3 dedicated running days each week, 2 of those running days will be primarily zone 2 with a little bit of strides or a little bit faster pace at the end of the run. And then the 3rd day is going to be long run day, traditional long run day, where I will hopefully build up to my long run of being somewhere between an hour to an hour and a half. And at the end of those long runs, especially as I get a few weeks from now, as I get into 4 to 5 weeks out from the Peachtree, my goal is to do a long run and then finish that long run with a few miles at race pace effort. So I think between that type of strategy, doing primarily zone 2 to get the aerobic mitochondria building benefits of zone 2, and then adding in specific sections at the end of those runs to build my race pace or threshold or strength, I should be in a good enough place that when July 4th comes around here in 9 weeks, that I should be, one, comfortable running a quick pace, and then hopefully be able to run somewhere in that 7:30 to 8-minute mile pace. If I can run faster than that, that would be great. But I think being realistic at this point, my goal is to just run a good solid race, put me in the middle of my age group, which I'm running in the 55 to 59 age group. So if I could run somewhere in the middle of that age group for the race, I think I would be very happy with that. Now, I do have some things going for me in my favor. The first one is that I've been running for 43 years at this point, and I've run a lot of races, so I have a good familiarity with kind of pushing myself in the race environment. So I'm going to count on that a little bit to help me maybe do a little bit better on race day than maybe my training would indicate. I've got a lot of experience running races and kind of pushing myself, so I have that in my favor. But I do need to make sure I focus on enough training to get me to that point where I can actually do that. So that's what the next 9 weeks is going to be focused on. This week, 9 weeks out, my goal is to essentially run for an hour and a half to 2 hours over the course of that week. So today, Tuesday, I'm going to do a 30 to 35 minute easy run. Thursday will be, I think, a 40-minute run, and then Saturday, my long run day, will be somewhere between 50 to 55 minutes. Now, I am using Final Surge to plan my workouts, and then when I plan the workouts in Final Surge, I have them sent to my Garmin watch here, which will allow me to run the workouts based off of the my zone 2 heart rate, which for me right now is somewhere between 120 and 132 beats per minute, something like that. So I'll be able to program it into the watch, follow that plan, which should keep me to make sure that I do enough time and at the right effort for what my goal is for the day. So I will post links in the description below to Final Surge and also to my Strava profile, so you can check my runs out each week as I do this. But my goal is to maybe post an update every couple of weeks along the way, and then a race day video when the 2023 Peachtree goes off here on July 4th. I feel pretty good about my training, getting back into shape here. The zone 2 work is definitely beneficial for me at this point. So that's my goal, is to do zone 2 based training with a little added on icing or spice at the top of some faster pace, maybe some hills, some short intervals, and some race pace efforts at the end of those long run days. And I think that should get me to the point where when race day comes on July 4th, I'm able to run fairly quick. Like I said, I'm hoping to be able to run somewhere between 7:30 and 8 minutes a mile for the Peachtree Road Race. And it's a great It's a great race. 60,000 people out there on the streets of Atlanta on July 4th. Super well supported. The Atlanta Track Club, which puts on the race, does a fantastic job of putting the race on. The logistics are very well done. Support from the community is fantastic, and it's just fun. No matter how fast you run or walk the Peachtree, it's a great event all around. It's very well worth doing. If you ever get a chance to run the Peachtree Road Race, highly recommended. And if you are going to be running it, you're watching this video and you are going to be running it, let me know in the comments below that you are going to be running it. Maybe we can meet up at the end and talk about our race day experiences. So that's it for now. Got to start my run. I will post a couple update videos along the path here as I get closer to the Peachtree, and we will see how fast this 58 and 3/4-year-old guy can run on July 4th in the 2023 Peachtree. All right, take care, and we'll see you in the next one. And until the next one, be well.